Hello, I'm Olivia Smith, one of the career advisors here at National Louis University. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to this presentation, Leveraging Your Understanding of Your Virtual Network. So before we start the conversation on virtual networking, I'd like to get a sense of where your understanding of it. So please take just a quick minute to fill out this poll. And for those of you that are watching this recording, please feel free to reflect on your own understanding of virtual networking. Okay, so we're just waiting on a few more responses. So it looks like the majority of you guys have the understanding of virtual networks and how they exist, but you don't know how to make those connections. So we will definitely make sure that you're understanding that. So during this presentation, we will be reviewing what a virtual network is, the basics of your LinkedIn profile, as well as how to maximize your LinkedIn profile in order to make meaningful connections. So what exactly is a virtual network? In order to define this, it's first important to understand what a network is. Your network is anyone in your personal or professional life that you have some kind of connection with. So this could be a friend, family, coworker, or supervisor. Each of these people in your network has other individuals that they're connected with. When we talk about virtual networks, this refers to anyone on social media that you're connected with. So the focus of this presentation will be strictly on LinkedIn. When making connections virtually, you can start with people that you know, so friends, family, coworkers. Reach out to them on LinkedIn and then begin building your network from there. These are called first connections. From there, you will be able to expand your network, and these are going to be second and third degree connections. And these will be discussed in a later slide. So before we go into detail about how to make these connections, I do want to briefly go through the basics of your LinkedIn profile. The heading of your LinkedIn profile is the first thing that an employer will see. So the following things should be included: your name, a professional-looking headshot, position title, and/or an explanation of what you do. And just from your heading, an employer can have a quick snapshot of who you are as a professional. The About section of your profile should make note of your career aspirations. This is where you can explain who you are professionally, and the following can be mentioned: the current role that you hold or the general field that you're interested in, and it can also be a representation of your soft skills that you have that will benefit you in a future position. So this is just one example of what that could look like. Your education section should list each school where you received a degree. If you're still in school, be sure that this still gets included in the education section. The second example on here shows relevant coursework. So this is also something that you can include on your LinkedIn profile if you feel that you have relevant courses to include based on the different types of experiences you're looking for. Your experience section is where you can emphasize current and past roles. You can also include bullet points for duties that you held in that specific job. So this is similar to what is included on your resume, but it will be formatted a little bit differently. The skills and endorsements section is an opportunity for you to highlight specific skills. So the current and past employers can endorse you for these skills. So you can include leadership skills, marketing skills, anything that you think would be relevant to the type of work you're looking for, and then your connections can then endorse you for those skill sets. The recommendation section is an opportunity for any of employers or individuals that you've worked with to write a note about the work that you do or have done for them. This can give future employers an opportunity to see the value that you have as a candidate and what you could bring to their company. So now that we've covered the basics of what to include on your LinkedIn profile, what does it look like to make connections virtually? And what kind of connections can you make? There are a number of ways that you can do this. The first place is to start finding people who you know personally and connecting with them. So this is going to be a first-degree connection. Once you're connected with those individuals, you will be able to see others that they're connected with, and any connections that come from that are second-degree connections. Another way that you can find connections is simply by searching for other individuals that attend your school. So this is a really great way to find alumni to connect with. Each of these different connections can give you a variety of ways to build your network. Connecting with employers can help lead to different types of job opportunities. Connecting with specific organizations, such as human resources organizations or a more specific company, can help give you an idea of what that company culture is like. It's also a way for you to connect with professionals in the field and learn more about it. Connecting with alumni gives you the opportunity to talk with alumni that work in a field of your interest in order to get an understanding of what their career path was like from education to career. And you can also apply for jobs through LinkedIn. So if there is a specific position that you've applied to that you're really interested in, you can always send a private message to that recruiter through LinkedIn, reiterating your interest in that position. So when you're doing initial outreach to connect with people, I highly recommend including a personal message. While directly messaging employers may seem intimidating, it's a really great way for you to build your network. So the first example is requesting an informational interview. Informational interviews are one way that you can connect and learn more about a career path that you're thinking about. And people really enjoy talking about their careers. Definitely make sure that you're clear and concise with the message that you're trying to get across. The second example is an example of a personalized message that you can use to connect with someone who is a member of the same group as you. So whether it's through a group that you're both a part of, or a time that you may have seen a presentation that they conducted and want to connect with them afterward, sending them a personalized message helps the employer understand how the two of you are connected. And you can also ask someone who you're already connected with on LinkedIn if they could write a recommendation for you on LinkedIn as well. And that would still include the personalized message that we've been talking about. So as I spoke about before, alumni are a really great resource to connect with. They can talk about their time at NLU, and they can help you understand their path. To find this page, search National Louis University on LinkedIn, and then select alumni. Once you've gotten to the alumni page, you can narrow down your search by the general geographic area that they're located in or where they work. And I specifically did a search for Illinois for this example, but you can narrow it down further if you'd like. So if you're in a different state outside of Illinois, or if you have a specific city in Illinois where you're located, you can do a search like that as well. So once you've made those connections, you'll be able to see a list of connections based on the filters that you selected. You will also be able to see the different shared connections that you have for those alumni, and this is a really good segue to an introduction. So an example message could be, "Hello, I noticed that you are an alumni of National Louis, and you are connected with this person as well. I am a current student myself, and would." And then from there, you can go on to ask specifically what you're looking for from them, if it's an informational interview or just to make a general connection, or just to ask any other questions that you might have. So that's kind of how you would start that connection. So each of these different aspects of your LinkedIn profile that we discussed gives employers a snapshot of your professional self and your professional story. They can see organizations that you're interested in, the types of skills that you have, what current and past employers have said about you through those recommendations, along with the various connections that you have. Connecting with individuals professionally in a virtual environment can be really intimidating. But at the same time, you're building your network for employers to see and making a meaningful connections along the way. So I want to thank you for your time today listening to this discussion. For anyone that is still unsure how to make connections virtually or would like some extra help, please connect with your career advisor and they'll be able to help you. And I did want to make note too that if you are on LinkedIn, please follow NLU on LinkedIn for Career Connect Thursdays. This is a new post that the Career Bridge has launched where you can see posts about Career Bridge updates and also get to know the team a little bit. So please feel free to follow that as well. And please take a moment to just review the contact information and feel free to reach out to the Career Bridge office at any time.